What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Please always know.
Elliot, who do you got there? Who are you holding?
That's the
Baby Jude.
That's the future Gerardo. What's up, man?
Got my baby boy with me.
Yo, Ruben.
Just in case you thought we forgot about family, we'll never forget about it.
Yeah, we got Marco on here.
That Handel from Atlanta?
Jamaica. Right?
Jamaica. Handel and I went to church growing up. That's a throwback name right there.
Cool. We'll be starting very shortly, everyone. How many people got accepted into a boot camp this week or last week?
Hi, Dad.
Boom.
Congrats, Ashley. Who
Congrats,
else?
Ashley.
What?
Juanita.
Who else got accepted last week or this week?
I'm still
Melanie
waiting.
did.
If you're shy, we're gonna call you
Melanie
out.
did. Nice.
Melanie did. I know Greg did.
Very cool. Very cool. How many people? How many people tagged the boot camp in their Twitter posts and had a boot camp respond to them?
Yo, it's Goody.
What's good, Juanita? we got goodies on the way to you.
Heard.
What's going on, fellas?
Respect the hard work. Crystal, Lambda. I see you tweets too.
Lambda.
Dragon here.
Hey. Really in the building.
It's lit.
We out here.
Yeah.
Juanita.
Yo, Greg, what's Goody?
What's going on?
It's so,
Life, coding, baby, coding. It's a whole new wave.
Every
so
day.
cool to
Every
see
day.
all of you on this call because we're here basically because of technology. Think about 20 years ago, we all would have been missing out on this.
Somebody went to coding boot camp and started learning how to code and bring us all together. Shout out to all of them.
Before we begin, I wanted to make a small announcement. So we actually just brought on a community manager because we're growing super fast thanks to all of you. We're adding about 50 people a day to our app. And I want to introduce Val. Val, say hello. But she's going to be our community manager, and she's going to be in touch with all of you. You and I may not get to speak every single day, but maybe once a week. And then Val's going to be your go-to person.
Okay. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, all. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Yeah, Val is
excited to do this as well.
Here too. She's
Wait a
amazing.
minute. Seymour, you dumping us?
Yeah, no more
I'm
Timber.
still here. I'm still here.
Like, you're not trying to sneak that in, like we not,
Real
we
subtle.
not understanding you. Oh, you're gonna go to her now. Hi, Val.
No, you still have my cell phone. You still have my number. We're
Don't
not
play
playing
games, Seymour. Do not play.
Now we still here. We still here. Now we're for this month, it's gonna start getting interesting. This month and next month, we're gonna be raising a lot of resources for you all. People are excited. We're gonna be a little bit distracted. We're gonna start going from like 50 people a day to 100 people a day. We're gonna start
Yo,
getting
whose
crazy.
background is crazy? Seriously, I can't hear nothing Ruben talking
I'm
about.
gonna mute everyone. So
Mute your phones, people.
Hold on.
1 sec.
Adrian, I know Adrian got into a this week. Shout out to Adrian while we're muting the phones. Mute.
1 sec.
It's coming.
Wait,
Greg, I know you looking for a laptop too. Don't worry, I got something on the way for you too. We got laptops coming.
Yeah, just want to give a shout out to everyone who retweeted our post.
Yes.
And helped us amplify the message.
And understand the power of community.
Yeah.
It's not just a touchy-feely thing. It turns into real results. If we
Do you want to give an announcement of like who reached out and who was participating, helping us out?
So Juanita is receiving a laptop from the VP of HR and Global Diversity. at Intel. So the laptop coming to her from them. We got the Sacramento Kings. That's confidential, so don't tweet that out. But the Sacramento Kings donated 3 laptops. They don't want everybody hitting them up. But we got 3 laptops coming from them. LinkedIn hit me up today saying they want to give us laptops. I got 2 other companies that hit us up. Ashley's getting a laptop from
Henry.
Henry.
He's starting Lambda, and he just had an extra one.
Yep.
And he lives in the Bay Area, so he just dropped it off last week.
Yep. I know Nana is getting a laptop to Asia, so that's on the way. I know Adrian's looking for a laptop, so we're working on it. Don't worry. As soon as we get laptops, they're coming through.
Karma Love, we didn't forget about you.
I said 3 laptops, remember? They just got donated. We're working on some more things. They all coming through. Don't worry. Just keep putting in the work for the challenge, and just know that we're working on solutions for you. Want to make sure that you all are taking care of. The director of engineering from Lyft introduced me to somebody that collects laptops from different companies. It's a little process since the CareerCom is not a nonprofit, even though it's free to you all. So I got to play that finesse negotiation game to make sure that they know that it's going to you. And they're like, it's not tax deductible. And I was like, but I trust me, you're going to get a return once you see these people working for you all and building amazing things. So they believe in you. They see you all tweeting online. So keep doing that. Yeah. And just know.
And everyone in the comments, like Elizabeth, Adrienne, it's coming. We're hitting up as many people as possible, and a lot of people want to do it. There's some logistical pieces, like some people want to wipe their hard drives, and we're figuring out ways to help them do that.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
There's example. There's a lot of people who have extra ones, and they love investing in all of you. So it'll be on us to go and find them, and as soon as we get them, we'll start mailing it out to all of you.
Yeah, we got 2 more laptops from individuals that are coming that need to be wiped. Just know, these aren't permanent laptops. They are laptops that you are going to be using while you are going through the boot camp. And when you get to a job, then you're going to give it to someone behind you. So just be very clear about that. It's very important to create this what goes around comes around. It's like good karma. So we are trusting you all to act responsibly.
Yeah, and similarly, I don't know how many of you heard about the story of the cot, but basically,
who knows what the cot is?
Do people know what a cot is?
No.
It's basically like a camping. Think of it as like a camping. It's like a bougie mattress. It's like a camping mattress that's elevated above ground, but it folds and unfolds, and it turns into a bed.
Yeah.
So when I moved out to the Bay Area, I bought myself a cot, and I crashed on Ruben's living room floor for a couple of weeks to get myself on the ground. Then I crashed at App Academy when the boot camp I was attending for a few weeks. Then I crashed with Archer, but basically that cot had a lot of significance to me because that's where I was getting my start. And then Ruben's brother, he moved out to the Bay Area a couple of years after, and he crashed on the cot for a good 8 or 9 months. Mm-hmm. He slept on the cot.
It's actually in the first blog post that we wrote. Actually, the second blog post that we wrote.
Yeah.
The reality of breaking into startups. The cot picture is there, and you can see it. And we actually had it up on Airbnb for a little bit for anybody that wants to transition. We made our cot available for people to crash on.
Yeah, that sounds like a magical cot.
Anyone is in the Bay Area who needs a place to crash for a few nights,
you can always.
We still have the cot, so just hit us up.
Nana also said that if you need a place to crash, the 8 Heroes Lab is available for people that are going there.
Yo, just cut me off a piece of the cloth for the cot so I can put it on my bed for some good luck, man.
Got you. For the people that ask about the process for the laptop, the main criteria is do the 21-day challenge. Keep doing 20-day challenge. We see you all doing it. Make sure you complete the process, and then we will allocate laptops accordingly, and we'll have a whole thing written up to explain that process.
Round 2 of the 21-day challenge.
Out here.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. We wanna take a second to kind of recognize the people, everyone who is doing the 21-day challenge, and we're not gonna get to everyone's tweet, but I wanted to call out a few of them online. I don't know why, but Keisha, she's never on this call. Keisha, are you on here?
How's Keisha never on the call?
Does anyone follow Keisha on Twitter?
Yeah.
I'm not 100%
follow her.
sure.
Rose?
Is it Keisha or Rose?
She's very active.
Rose, I follow her.
Good. Let's just play
Let's play
Excuse
it.
my boys.
But she definitely keeps it real.
We need to get her YouTube.
What?
She's
Hey,
talking about
Elliot.
Elliot's baby. She's talking about Elliot's baby.
Yeah.
All right.
But Keisha just hit 21 days, and she has a video, so we wanted to play it for all of you. Let me start it over.
Morning. Today is day 21 of my 21-day career karma
Animated.
Can you all hear it?
Career karma is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, it's low.
Earlier today.
Yeah, it's a little low.
I think she is on my page.
Connect with.
Hearing her talk a lot.
She's whispering, but we want all of you guys to check out her story because Keisha started out literally on January 14th. She started the 21-day challenge, and since then she got accepted into four different coding boot camps, and she also didn't have a laptop. So then Narando, are you on this call tonight? He also lives in Atlanta, and he pretty much had an extra laptop, and he met up with Keisha, and now Keisha has a laptop so she can study and practice JavaScript on, which is super cool. And if you don't follow each other, what we wanted to do, we created a list on Twitter where you can all see everyone who's participating in the challenge. And I'm going to share it with all of you so you can start following each other, so you can see each other's posts, join each other on the journey.
That's what's up, man.
Ashley, you follow each other.
If you're not on this list, just share your Twitter handle in the chat below, and I'll make sure to add you to this list. But we're basically a community. Ruben, you know how you talk about the network is your net worth, and how in colleges. Can you tell the people what you mean by that?
So a lot of times, people rely on resumes, and people rely on, where you worked at before, but you want to have pick up the phone relationships. And so as you all are working through this process, people on this list are going to be working at different companies. Some of them are going to get there faster.
Yeah, that's what I was like earlier.
And when they get there, you're going to reach out to them because they're going to remember that you were in the trenches together in your circle, and they're going to pull you up because they did that many times before. So you want to have these pick up the phone relationships to make things happen. So a good example is when we told people we wanted to start Career Karma, we were able to raise a lot of resources in 2 weeks because over the 3 to 4 years when we were crashing on people's couches and just doing good work, people saw us and they just gave us the resources we needed immediately because they knew what we were about and that we weren't just all talk. So similarly, these people on this list are going to be some of the most valuable people in your life. And it's going to go beyond just professional levels. So take it seriously. It sounds a little dumb. Some people aren't comfortable networking, but just recognize that there's a lot of power in who you know. And most of these top jobs are offline and come through referral. And to put a bow on this statement, I never had a job that I ever applied to on the website. Every job that I got was through cold emailing or it was created for me in my entire life, in tech and out of tech. And so similarly, that can happen for you. And a lot of times when I presented myself, people would make up the position for me and just give me the role by the way I told the story. So we're going to talk about storytelling later on, but just recognize that these people are powerful and are going to be even more powerful than any school that you could ever go to.
Yeah. And you're already starting to use Twitter in kind of ways it wasn't initially intended for, and in ways where a lot of people don't really think that it would be beneficial. But I know Melanie, who's on this call, she tagged Lambda and Rhythm and I think App Academy in one of her tweets, and all of the schools responded to her. And that also gives you leverage because now these schools are competing for you. And someone else that I wanted to shout out on the call tonight is Joy, who tagged basically a bunch of boot camps in her post and Flatiron, Thinkful. I don't know if there's a bunch of others, but basically these schools are now reaching out to her and they're offering help, answering questions, providing mentorship, and realize that even though you're starting out and you're just learning how to code, there are literally like people out there who want to help you. They just don't know that, they just don't even realize that you need this help. So if you start letting the world know what you want to get help with, and I think Elliot has been doing it real well by just being very transparent with what his goals are, then he's able to find peers, mentors, and other people who get around him and who are supporting him through this career transition.
The other thing that's important about Twitter, and the reason why we emphasize it a lot, is you'll see a lot of tech people on Twitter that are like, I've done everything possible. I spent billions of dollars. I can't find any women or black people or people outside of Silicon Valley that know how to code or want to learn how to code. And they just don't exist. And when they see you, you're completely disproving that. Where are all the single dads, or where are all the parents that want to learn how to code? And they're like, it doesn't exist, but you all are disproving that. It's going to be the same thing when you're going through the job search, when you're like, yep, I just closed an offer. Yep, I just closed another offer. Like Timur said, there's 50 people joining the app every day. There's going to be hundreds every day. There's going to be thousands of you by summer graduating from the whole process. And you all are going to be changing the face of tech literally in places that have 70,000 employees, but only less than 100 black people, or whatever the demographic is that people are saying doesn't exist. So take this list seriously is the point.
Yeah. And realize that the people who are on this call now, they're going to be your future like co-founders, people that you go to hackathons with. We say this a lot, but think about like what Arthur Rubin and I went through 4 or 5 years ago. We didn't have any companies we were working on. We were just kind of going on this journey together, like what many of you are doing now. But years later, since you already have so much in common because you overcame this challenging task, it brings you closer. And think about like start forming alliances, right? Like think of like who's the person that I want to have on this journey with me, and create a group and career karma of just maybe you and a few other people who are also on this journey with you, and start like investing into these relationships, because they're going to be the most powerful thing you'll have once you're done through this process and you're already in tech.
Yeah, and related to the person that asked about whether there's going to be different challenges, like a 50-day challenge, there's definitely going to be more challenges and more gamification things that we're going to be introducing. But I want to continue emphasizing this whole thing about the relationship things again, because to Timur's point, we've always been doing community work and events and things like that. And one of my mentors came up to me. He said, this guy came up to me. He's a big deal in Silicon Valley. He said, Ruben, you're one of the most connected people in Silicon Valley that I've ever met, and you're the most networked person I've ever met. And I got pissed off, and I had to come to you because, you know, relationships aren't transactional, and you really need to focus on building valuable relationships with people and really get to know them without any expectation of return. You know, that's going to be the difference here. Even though the positive energy is going to come back to you, this isn't no transactional relationship. We all we got, and we help each other out no matter what happens. But things are going to happen regardless. And so, you know, a lot of people say, you know, you guys are engineers, but you guys are also social engineers as well, but not in a malicious way, in a real friend way, in a real got your back way. It's literally like a family. And I know, again, it sounds touchy-feely, but just think about it like that. Has everybody heard the concept of the emotional bank account?
No.
So essentially, the emotional bank account is like thinking about deposits and withdrawals, right? So you can do a lot of positive things for each other, and you're going to increase the positive things you're doing for each other, so that in case you need to ask something from them, there's enough good energy in there that you can take away. It's a good thing to keep in mind, because you don't want to not put in positive energy into community and have to, what do they call it when you overdraft on your account, whatever? Like, you don't want to be in that situation, but at the same time, don't think about everything as a transactional thing. So, but still think about doing positive things for the community, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I would say it's like the difference between the guy that nobody's ever heard of and then the Paul Revere's of the world.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because there was actually another guy that was doing the same thing that Paul Revere was doing, but nobody knows his name.
Who did it first?
Everybody only knows about Paul Revere.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Because you can't.
anyway, I was gonna say that, like, no, to your point, it's important for us to, like, not just elevate our voice, like my voice. It's important for us to elevate each other's voices. So it's awesome when you all are tweeting, talking about, oh man, shout out to Rosa for doing that amazing thing, or shout out to Abdul for doing whatever, like, or the tweet that Melanie put out where she saw the people that were pair programming. She was like, hey ladies, let me know anytime I could pair program with you all too. So that's really powerful, because Silicon Valley and just corporate America is very cutthroat, very dog eat dog. And over here, we believe in collaboration over competition. So make sure you stay focused on that. That's where the power is. So
Yeah.
They may not see it at first, but they'll see it eventually.
Yeah. I wanna also add a few more announcements. One big announcement is on the last call 2 weeks ago, a lot of you told us you wanted to get more experience and practice doing coding challenges and coding problems. So we actually reached out to coding boot camps, and we were like, listen, do you have any instructors and staff who can hold workshops for people in Career Karma who might have gotten conditionally accepted into your program, but now they are preparing for your coding challenges? So a lot of them were like, yeah, like it didn't like occur to them that people needed those workshops. So we're also going to be rolling out JavaScript workshops by these coding bootcamps instructors, but also by some of the people in Career Karma who started Lambda, Thinkful, Flatiron back in November. And they're only a few steps ahead of people who are on the call tonight, but they already can teach JavaScript and explain HTML and CSS. So
that's what I need right there.
We got you.
So you'll be getting a event invite so you can attend the technical workshops to make sure that you get fully accepted and hit your start dates.
Yeah, and in addition to the technical workshops, people are recognizing that you all have more insight, are better prepared than a lot of people that typically apply. And they also want people that have positive energy in their ecosystem. So they're starting to create special processes for Career Karma members directly. And so stay tuned for those things that we're going to be rolling out. But sometimes just recognize that the process is not going to be perfect in the beginning. It might just be like, oh, you need technical work? Here's a calendar link. And then you just like do it and just let them know you're from Career Karma. It's not going to be like built into the app yet in the beginning, because we're going to have to observe how you all work with the different boot camps. But once we get it, then we'll make sure that we introduce it into the app in a more formalized way once we've spent enough time running the experiments we need to understand it. He was about to show you guys something.
Yeah, we also, Nana, do you want to join? So Nana is next to us, and I think a lot of people.
Hey, Nana.
Hi. The girl was girl.
And Nana is the CEO of 8 Heroes that's been helping us tell stories, not just through audio, but also through video. So I wanted to make sure that everyone knows Nana and they know that all the videos you're seeing on YouTube and across the board, she's the one who's producing them. So Nana, say what's up. Yeah, and this is your floor if you want to say a few words.
Hello.
Hello.
So I have been, I think, talking to some of you on Twitter and also in the app. I see a lot of new faces here. That's amazing. I'm really excited to be in this journey. I started the 21-day challenge as well. I have a few things that I want to accomplish. My coding is different. I'm mastering other types of software now that is more related to video, but it's also hard. And I have been, I got into the 21 challenge because I want to build up discipline and create a routine for me, waking up every day at 5 a.m. I'm trying to get to Ruben level that wakes up at 4 a.m. every day and going to the gym and get here to the office by 9:30 without a time to leave, actually. Yeah. But I'm very excited too. I have been following you guys' journeys. We are planning on tell you guys stories. I'm excited to fly to your city too in the future to create a few documentaries. And I have seen some of you guys on Twitter, and you guys inspire me every day, sending me messages, you know, telling to keep going. Like, I think I'm getting more inspired from you guys, and you guys are probably getting inspired from our videos.
Yeah.
Real talk.
And I just want to say thank you.
Nana, thank you so much. And I want to emphasize that the way we help people even realize that these opportunities exist, because before you encountered Career Karma, how many of you knew that this pathway was available to you?
I didn't know it at all.
I knew, but I thought it was way harder to get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The truth is
I
that
had no idea how I was even going to get started until I saw an ad on Facebook from you, and that was how it all started.
Yeah. Had I known, I would have married y'all a year ago.
If not 2 years ago. Someone told you about Ruben last year, and then I was just like, this seems interesting. And then someone told you about the podcast, and I was like, this person looks mad familiar. Kind of found out it was Ruben. I was like, all right, let me not waste any time.
Yeah. He hit me up straight up on Instagram and followed up, and here we are.
Yeah, and the reason I asked this question is there's millions of people like you who are stuck in their careers, or they're looking for a bigger challenge or for something that will provide them financial stability and like skills of the 21st century. And Nana is going to help us tell stories of a lot of people who are on the call tonight. So then you can become leaders and you can build up your own platform where the same way how we have guests on the podcast who share their stories, like their stories are just as good as all of your stories. So once all of you break into tech, we're going to have all of you on our podcast, and Nana is going to make sure that the whole world knows about all the challenges that all of you are overcoming to get to your dream career.
Yeah, I mean, the world is definitely paying attention. Shout out to Carlos, by the way. I see you over there. You just got in too. You know, World Stars paying attention. Celebs are paying attention. It's going to be pretty interesting.
I also think that the importance of documenting everything and having registered not only on audio but video is because for a long time, you know, a lot of us believe that we didn't exist out there, that we were not building products, that we were not creating things because this was not televised or was not online till we see. And like Ruben and Timur said before, we exist, you know, and I believe that for a lot of people, not only in the United States, but also in my home country, Brazil, or other countries around the world, by just seeing this video right here of this webinar, this will already inspire them to believe that they can also make it, you know, they can also be a software engineer. So
for people that don't know, video is going to drive 75% of mobile traffic over the next 6 years. So it's very important for us to make sure that your voices aren't just elevated, but you all are elevated as well, so people can see you coming, not in a scary thing, in an inspiring thing, so people can follow your example. And shout out to everybody that's been tweeting to other people that they see looking for help and telling them about the Career Karma community. You know, that's been amazing. We're going to think deeper about this referral process to make sure that we keep adding more people to the ecosystem, because the more people that get added, that look out for each other, the more powerful it gets.
Yeah, and we love, like, so we may not reach people in your local communities who need this. If you know those people in your families or communities, just tag them in a Twitter post, share with them one of our phone numbers, and we'll give them a call. But we want to make sure that we can bring as many people as possible on this journey with all of us.
Yeah, what Carl said CKSOS. If you see somebody in help, hit them with a CKSOS.
Yeah.
We'll be right there.
Yeah. I do want to share a quick teaser of some of the work that Nana has been producing.
Yeah.
And we also launched a YouTube channel, and we're in the process of launching a Career Karma publication, so we can feature your blog posts and we can feature your videos. But if the times get tough, think about our guests and think about your story being featured on our YouTube channel. And Nana's team is gonna produce it and make sure that the whole world knows on like what you've been doing. Nana, which video should we play for them? Maddie's.
I just want to say that this is MVP videos, okay? The videos that we're going to be producing.
For people that don't know what MVP is minimum viable product, meaning that this is just playing with them, and you guys haven't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, let's play you a quick video of which one do you think we should play? This one or this one?
Oh, whatever clip.
Let's do this one. That's the beginning.
Yeah.
Play the clip.
The clip is on Twitter.
It's on Twitter.
On your
Oh yeah.
Twitter.
Let's let me pull up as you guys speak. Let me pull up the Twitter feed.
Yeah.
I'm seeing you guys dropping knowledge here on the comments.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of good comments here. Yeah, so I mean, the first video clip that he's gonna play is from Maddie. She grew up in Washington Heights. You know, nobody in her neighborhood was in tech. She actually was just on stage with Eva Longoria with Tecnolochica. She hasn't just broken into tech. She's also a leader in the community now. But she also did a part-time coding boot camp, was a bartender working part-time, and is just has an amazing story. So here's a little clip. And she did an apprenticeship, which is cool.
Yeah.
She was born in
Dominican Republic. She's Latina.
Yeah. So Nana's team, I'm about to play it, but Nana's team helped us produce this video, and we're now going to be releasing a full episode every single week on YouTube. Keep us accountable, and we're going to be dropping a podcast episode every week too, on top of everything else. So let me.
If we don't do it, call us out.
Call us out.
Where the hell is the video or the podcast at?
Yeah. Let me see.
Count me out too.
All right, you guys ready? Let's do it.
My name is Madeline Tavares. I'm a software engineer at Pinterest. Let's break it. Being an apprentice was really hard because, like I said, nothing is for sure. So you're like constantly working to prove yourself to others and to yourself. I was like one of 3 people who had this like very non-traditional tech background while everyone else had a CS degree. And then on top of that, I like don't look like anyone else. Like out of all the engineers, I was like the only Latina that anyone that I knew of. Yeah. So like for so long, I was like the only one. Yeah. And that was really hard because I felt really different. Like I'm a woman, I'm Latina, and I come from a non-traditional tech background. But little did I know, most people didn't know that I was an apprentice.
There's more videos like that coming through, and I just want to say, Nana, thank you for documenting it and helping us release this content.
Yeah, we got a lot of things. We got the CEO of Chat coming. We got Young Guru, who's Jay-Z's DJ with Flatiron School. We got CTO, like a bunch of We got Ahmad, he actually got a scholarship from NAS to get a job at Adobe. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that's coming through.
For sure. But yeah, we're just excited that all of you, we have 58 people on the call tonight. And I think Maysaline, and there's a few people who've been with us from like the very, very beginning, who've been with us since the summer, and Kara and a bunch of other people. And
okay, there we are.
But we're also just getting started, because this is going to be a movement where it's not just all of you who need jobs. There's your people in your families, in your neighborhoods, in your communities who need a better job. And the truth is that there's all these jobs that are out there. All of you are going to help us show them what the pathways looks like once we help all of you get jobs in tech.
Yeah, there's a big company that just reached out to us that wants to give a lot of resources because of this. I mean, think about, there's 60 people on the call. You guys all tell one person, that's like 120 people that are now on the call, and it just keeps going and going and going. So like make sure you all keep telling people about it, because more resources will put in. Like we don't have to, like, it just keeps flow and it keeps giving resources to everybody. So it's pretty dope. What's people's feedback for how things have been going so far? Like, what are the positives and the negatives, especially the negatives, You know, we're true believers and do not seek praise, seek criticism, constructive criticism, because we're building, right? So emphasis on constructive. So, you know, what do you guys have to say so far? Because again, like we said before, we work for you.
As far as positives go, I mean, I definitely felt like I was supported. You guys immediately put me in a peer circle, reached out, told me which boot camps to check out and to join. The only negatives that I would have is that sometimes I felt like you guys forgot who I was. So I would have a conversation with you and I'd have to constantly explain the same thing over and over again. So, I mean, I understand there's a lot of us, so it's hard to keep track of everybody. But, I mean, it definitely, you know, once you guys started to get to know me, it was a lot easier to have a conversation with you guys.
No, that's good feedback. I'll make sure I take better CRM notes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Like every time I think I have an idea when I'm like, oh, I wish they would just do this with the app, I'll come back into the app and it's already done. Like it's always the next update.
Amazing.
Thanks, Elizabeth. And thanks for, I was going to say, Elizabeth, thanks for telling your brother Career Karma.
He's going ham.
He's,
Yo, I owe her every dollar that I make in the first 2 years, besides what I got to pay Lambda back.
He owes me so much money. He owes me so much.
You got people reaching out like 2-3 people. I was on like a 40-minute chat back and forth over Twitter about Career Karma last night. Like I got people reaching out from Atlanta that hooked up with you, my fly guy Ty from Atlanta. You know, I got a couple people reaching out. They're really interested in you guys, and I guess they see the tweets that we tweet out. You know, Elliot put out great resources. Shout out to Elliot for that 10-day JavaScript course. I just tweeted the app today, and I mean it's been doing wonders. Opened up my world and introduced me to a lot of people and a lot of people to me.
That's good. So I mean, in addition,
you're welcome, Greg. Any day, man.
And
I got some negatives.
Yeah, go ahead.
First and foremost, I have her coding, Knowledge A.
One more time.
My daughter, I started her coding.
Nice to meet you, Knowledge A.
Hi, Nala.
Hi.
Hey, welcome to the family.
I'm a fan of Lion King, Simba.
So what I like to see, like the young lady mentioned, that whenever she has a thought about something on the app, that it ends up there. So great job on the updates. Something I love to see is, you know, I'm a participant of Solo Learn at the moment. And what I love about Solo Learn is that it has like little questions, like little series of questions, maybe 1 or 2 after like I take notes on a specific topic. It'll like follow up with a question, and then sometimes it has me fill in the blanks for like a code. I would like to see that on our own app.
Okay. Yeah. We just had a meeting today with a lady named Holly Liu. She's the world's most powerful woman in gaming. She sold her company Kabam for $1 billion, and that is brought up was trivia. So we'll start thinking about that. That's good feedback. Thank you.
Awesome. And that was it.
Anything else?
Melanie has something.
Hey, Melanie.
Hey. So you guys know all the positives, so I'm going to get straight to the blunt negative. And it's not even that bad because you guys are awesome and you know that. Since Career Karma is all about community, one thing I think is lacking on the app, when I go to the community and I'm looking for someone, I have to go through, you guys have 1,341 members right now. There's a search option, but there's not an advanced search option that lets me get straight to the people that I'm looking for. I think that's crucial for you guys to add soon.
Okay.
Yeah,
good feedback.
That's great feedback. We're actually in the process of working on that. Without going too much into detail, right now the search on the member list works like on the app, but it doesn't hit our servers. Basically, all the users who are loaded in the app, you can search them. We're gonna move the search functionality to the back end, and that's gonna allow us to do filtering and create a better user experience.
And also, like if I wanted to add someone to conversate with them within the group, it doesn't allow me to. I have to re-quote their last message in order for it to like kind of like connect. So like if I wanted to connect to someone just random and I wanted to speak to them and at them, you know, like messaging and stuff like that, I would love to see that as well.
Yeah, that quote features the MVP version of tagging.
Yeah,
we're working on it.
Well, it's on our radar. We're just also like you saw the redesign of the community tab with people and the conversations. So that was like a big one for us. And
yes,
congrats. On top of that.
Good feedback. Thank
you.
One piece of feedback I'd like to see on the app is like people are you know, throwing out their locations, but I'd love to like be able to connect with people that are close to me, because like I don't want to just be your virtual friend. Like I'd love to like meet you in person, get to know you, and like, you know, we become
I'm on that time. That's the time I'm on. I'm on that same time. Where y'all at?
I was just about to say the same thing, because I'm looking in the I'm looking in the chat session right now, and I'm looking at all the people that say they're from Atlanta, and I'm just like, yo, when we gonna have an Atlanta study session or something like that? Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a cool. I definitely think that would be a cool feature if you could.
I'm on the East Coast of NYC. Where y'all at?
I'm in Buffalo.
Philly.
I'm in the Bronx.
Hey, I feel like I'm left out.
We take
I'm in the Bronx.
Me too, because I'm from Texas.
We gotta link up.
Hey, I like road trips though. I'm not gonna lie.
Adrian, Alvin, get with me here in Philly.
I think everybody need to drop their location. Timor, can you put a list together for everybody? I think we so serious. We just want to take our time.
You know,
like
in the profile, you should be able to put in your location.
All right, hold on. I just fixed my location in the profile as well.
We need to order the list. We need to order the list.
Yeah, because for real, I do need some help.
I like the order list idea. What
Yeah,
can make it happen?
You're jumping all over the place. That would definitely come in handy when you get stuck on coding.
I'm stepping my language up, folks.
Get it, Juanita, this Harlem lady.
Yo, I bet y'all not trying to do no challenge based off of location.
Why not? Why not?
I bet y'all ain't trying to see what's happening in Atlanta right now.
They ain't dominating right now.
No. I like that you brought up the challenge by location, because the other thing that came up in the group was like challenges by location, challenges by group, challenges by.
Oh, we got
Where's my charger at?
Yeah, that's
we
dope.
gotta do this.
I might need it just in case. If my
man, let's do like pair up people that are like veterans in the boot camps with some of the newbies, and let us pick on each other.
That's take on each other.
I
Like
need
some
that in my
code
life.
challenges.
Right now,
That's
Even-
backwards.
Like even I think Timor and Ruben had discussed about like even having like mentor mentees. Like great idea also.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna explore and brainstorm, and obviously we gotta like prioritize different features based off of like what's going to be most impactful for the entire community. But all of those ideas are things that we have started brainstorming, and we needed to actually talk to you all to see if you wanted it, and it sounds like you do, which is great.
And the cool thing is it is our app. Like, we're not relying on Twitter or Facebook to introduce these features. So now we have superpowers, like all the things that you want us to build. Like, it's not a matter of like if, it's a matter of when, right? We just have to prioritize and do it. And all of you are gonna be able to code and maybe even help us.
Help you, yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's next level. That's like Inception.
Not at all.
That's next level.
Yeah, that's like paycheck level.
we started talking about like the idea of ringleaders creating features that give you all superpowers within the app, so you all can like have additional things based off of behavior in the app. So you can have some ideas of things that we've been exploring. So good to know.
I'll feel like Batman with the app.
Hey, there it is. somebody tweeted, Career Karma's like the Avengers and the X-Men combined. I was like, yup, facts.
That would be me.
Yep. Legion of Boom.
Let me get my copyright on that.
That was literally my language.
Yeah.
I love that.
Y'all don't know. Me and my family, we got a whole make believe world that we gonna make it to a real world. Like I don't even know.
Especially
She
when
not lying though.
because the
ridiculous.
software engineering skills are superpowers. And so we started Career Karma because we didn't see that this existed in the world. We were building something that we wish that we had. Like you all are gonna do the same thing, like you said.
My bet was wrong.
So,
yeah.
I could honestly say that back in the 90s, the early 90s, when they introduced computers in my school, they attempted to teach us coding, but the knowledge wasn't as precise as it is now. So it kind of like, I have memories of like everything I'm learning. I'm like, I've done this before at one time in my life. It didn't really stick. Now it's like, it's colorful, it's vibrant, and it's sticking, and it makes all the sense. I think I just needed life to happen for it to all make sense. So I'm beyond appreciative of this coding opportunity. This knowledge has given me some serious superpowers. Like,
oh yeah, and I love Nala's right there watching too, because she's starting super early, and she's gonna be the super future. So that's how it goes.
Yeah.
A lot of us.
And I like how they pull up a notification letting me know that there's a meeting going on. I like that.
That's what's up. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, well, I know all of you need to get back to studying and getting ready to pass those coding challenges. So
I look forward to these type of calls. I'll be hyped when I see one pop up on my calendar.
Yeah.
Like, the team. We need these. I need these calls.
Yeah.
And just know, so again, like the technical workshop is, I know a lot of people have started getting accepted. We want to make sure that you guys don't just get conditionally accepted. You all can pass the technical challenges with confidence. You guys go with boldness.
Okay, so next time.
For the challenges, we're going to make sure that the boot camps roll out the red carpet for all of you all. And so just stay tuned for a messy process that will evolve into a more cleaner process in the next few weeks.
Yeah, and in terms of next steps, I'm going to add everyone's Twitter handle to that list of people who are doing the challenge. Please follow each other, amplify each other's messages by liking it, by retweeting it, by commenting on each other's messages and connecting with everyone. Realize that like there's 50 people on this call. There's even more people who couldn't make it tonight. And this is going to be your team for the next 12 months as you're breaking in. So start building these bonds, start helping each other, amplify each other's messages. And it's all about karma. It's all going to come back and help you get to your dream career.
Career karma, indeed.
Exactly.
Kimo, I had a question.
I'm there for passing the Lambda challenge.
Congrats, yo.
Congrats. Somebody had a question?
Yeah, I had a question. I remember during the orientation session, you mentioned about, I don't know if it was going to be that session or maybe it was this one, maybe in the future. You mentioned about speaking on, I guess, the roles or, I guess, the job titles of, I guess, I think it's full stack developer and front end developer and kind of like what they mean. I don't know if you just have time to do it tonight or next one.
Break it down right now.
Yeah, I think. Does anyone want to take this question for us?
Yeah, somebody.
Maybe
I'm willing. Any of my peers as well. That's fine with me.
Let's hear it.
I like that.
Like the rules of Career Karma?
No. Like, what is the difference between a front end and a back end developer or an engineer?
That's a good question.
Oh well, the front.
Great question.
Let's do one at a time.
Who's gonna
answer it?
Who, me? I want.
Go ahead, girl.
I know the answer. The front end is everything that you can see on the computer.
And
the back end is everything that you can see. So like the head and everything, that's like all the back end stuff. And the body, everything that's in the body, that's all the front end stuff that you can see on the website as a user.
Yeah, solid. That's the answer. And then full stackers are people that bring both of those things together.
Yeah,
got it.
The nice thing is that you don't have to pick before you even know what it is. Our advice is just to learn both And then you can decide if you're more of a visual person and you like building things that other people actually like click on, then you're probably going to be doing more front end work. If you like solving like puzzles and like complicated like system-wise questions and problems, like how do you scale this to a billion users if you're Uber or Facebook, then you do more of the back-end stuff. But you don't have to decide this now. You can just, every bootcamp teaches you full stack. And then when you go look for jobs, you can decide if you want to lean heavier on the front end or back end roles.
Yeah.
So you're suggesting that we take on full stack?
We're suggesting that you focus on learning how to learn. Don't stress out too much about which language, like whether that should be front end or back end or how much money. Just like focus on coding and learning. Like
that's what I've been doing. I'm not focused on something and specific. I'm just like, it tells me I need to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then I'm not even seeing the after that. Let me just get this down.
The reason why it's very important is because, over time, new languages are going to come out. The companies you work for are going to pay you more money to learn new things. So you always want to be nimble. It's kind of like Navy SEALs. It's kind of like being a ninja that, like, no matter what the situation, you drop me in the city, I'm going to figure it out. Don't matter. You drop me in any environment, I'm going to figure it out. I don't care what the language is because I know me. I know how to learn. Easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So y'all code? Y'all really code?
He codes more than...
We built the app. Arthur and I, we were the ones building the app initially. Now we got some more help, but yeah, we built it.
Ruben don't look like he a code. He look like he the spokesman.
I don't code. I took some intro coding classes, but I'm not there yet.
But it's also important to have like co-founders who have different skill sets, right?
So when we were in Atlanta, we recognized that to build a company, you needed a team that's well-rounded. So the first thing is having a team that's technical. And a lot of people believe that building the product is all you need and that everything's going to work out. So like CareerCom is great as a product, but if we didn't get it out to people, it wouldn't matter. If people didn't know how to use it, it wouldn't matter. So you have to understand distribution and how to get it out to people. And we agreed that I was going to focus on distribution and being able to raise money and being able to talk that talk and negotiate in sales or whatever. And they were going to learn how to code. So he and his twin brother actually did Hack Reactor and App Academy. Initially, they were like, I'm going to focus on the front end and you focus on the back end. That was like the initial thing. And then eventually they like swapped curriculums while they were in it and figured it out. So, I took a CS 101 course, and I think at some point I would like to just focus on just front end type stuff because Arthur and I work a lot on A/B testing and experimenting and things like that. But it's difficult because we want to help 1 billion people in 10 years. And when you think about what's the most valuable thing that I could do for Career Karma right now, it's probably not teaching myself how to code. It's getting you all more resources. So that's
priorities
myself too. So
exactly. Want to give a shout out to Maysaline. She actually just tweeted. She shared the link to her portfolio. She said that if you want to see what she's built, check it out. We have about 5 minutes left on this call, so I'm gonna put her on the spot, and I'll actually share my screen. So Maysaline built this. Maysaline, are you on? Do you want to share with everyone what you've built?
Yeah, walk us through it.
Yeah, sure. So I built this website using WordPress. I did build it. I do have one on my local environment. However, I had a hard time trying to migrate it onto Bluehost.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? I already have WordPress set up. Let me just use WordPress. So I have some projects and blogs on there if anybody's interested in taking a look.
Mm-hmm.
And some descriptions of what my projects, how I built my projects.
Where you located?
It looks really good. It looks really, really good. Just
Thank
so you know.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
you
in
did a
upstate
great
New
job.
York, by the way.
I love
nice.
this picture
We're in
that you
upstate New
have,
York.
like this artwork on here is so pretty. I'm
Rochester.
about to just go to it.
Oh, you're not far from me. I'm in Buffalo.
Oh,
This girl's
cool.
talented.
I go down to New York City every now and then too, so it'd be nice to meet.
I'll go there for vacation.
Yeah. So everyone, check out Maysaline's link. We're about to let everyone go because we know you all have to either go to bed or continue learning how to code. But we love you. We appreciate your help because you also help us amplify like our mission and reach people on Twitter and online. So let's just all work together and then in 2019, we're going to feature all of your stories on our podcast and just let the world know all of the things you've accomplished to get to your dream career.
I love all of y'all. All of
Thank you
y'all.
for everybody that answered the question. I don't remember everybody's names, but thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Love all of y'all.
Excuses, make a way. Don't make excuses. Make a way.
Make a way.
All these
Like
amazing
that.
posts you all are talking about, tweet those things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Work hard, play hard.
Y'all my rock stars. Seymour, Arthur, and Ruben, the rock stars.
And Nana, let's not forget Nana.
And Nana, and Val, and just everybody. Y'all all rock stars, damn it. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. See you
Good night.
later.
Good night,
Thank
y'all.
you, Kumar. Thank you.
Awesome, everyone. Have a good night.
See ya.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Peace.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.